ang kalibutan. The earth moves around the sun.
Okay.
It's not the sun that moves around the earth.
Okay.
It is the earth that moves around the sun.
Okay.
How long can it have a complete journey around the sun? You remember?
306.
365 days.
Oh, yes.
48 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Mm.
is it only the earth that moves around the sun? No.
No.
There are 9 planets in all, including the earth,
Mm.
that move around the sun.
Mm.
Okay. Now, what's the wonder about it?
Mm.
The 9 planets that move around the sun
Mm.
perpetually maintain their distances. Not one collides with the other.
Mm.
It's a perfect arrangement.
Mm.
Now, philosophy. What is philosophy? Philosophy is the finding of facts by the use of reason alone. See? Reason alone. Now, what does reason say? If the 9 planets move around the sun, never colliding, never staying away from the sun, distances are maintained since time immemorial. What does reason say? Reason says there must be a power that maintains, because it is a design. See? It is an arrangement. Balikan ko. It is a design. It is an arrangement.
Okay.
If it is a design, there must be a designer.
Okay.
See? There must be a design. That's philosophy. What is philosophy? Is the finding of truth by the use of reason alone. Now, reason tells there must be a power, a designer. Because a design cannot exist without a designer. See? Now, this designer is what people call God. See? Right. In philosophy, we call it the first cause. We don't call it God. It's people who call him God. It's the first cause. The cause of all causes. What is that? Philosophy. It is finding the truth by the use of reason alone. Okay. Now, so remember the logic. If there is a design, there must be a designer.
Okay.
And that designer must be an intelligent one. Why? Because the arrangement is an intelligent arrangement. 9 planets do not collide with each other since time immemorial. Maintain their distances, their respective speeds, velocity around the sun remains the same. So there must be a design. There is a design, there must be a designer. That is philosophy. Now, the question now is, people call him God. Philosophers call him the first cause. Now, it's still philosophy. This is the first cause. The cause of all causes. Does it have a cause? Does the first cause have a cause? What does philosophy say? No, that is not possible. See? Because if the first cause has a first, if the first cause is cause, therefore, it cannot be first. there must be something other than itself that causes the existence. So the first cause must have no cause. It goes without the cause. Right. All right. Now, question. How far is the earth from the sun? Distance between the sun and the earth. The distance is 95 million miles. 95 million miles from the sun. Now, 1 mile is how many kilometers? 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers. Therefore, 95 million miles away from the sun, the distance between the sun and the earth. That means 200 million miles from the sun. 200 million? Okay. But the wonder is the speed of the sun. Okay? No. All these, the 5 planets, including the Earth, move perfectly, maintaining their distances. See? And all other planets, the stars, see, the stars, because what are in the big space? The planets, the sun, and all other suns. What are the all other suns? The stars. The stars are suns. Our sun appears to be a star if we were the place of a star. The sun is only a star when seen from another star. So now, there are millions of stars. Millions. And not only these that exist. There are non-planets, not planets that move around the sun. We call them asteroids. See, asteroids. So note, moving around the sun are not only the 9 planets, but also the asteroids. What are asteroids? They are rocks. They are stones, like the moon. The moon is a stone. See? In fact, we can visibly see that it is a rock. We use telescopes. Okay. Now, the wonder is the planets, including our Earth, the asteroids, all move around the sun. The millions of stars also move. The whole setup, the stars, including our star, are moving to a direction we do not know, but they are moving. They are not steady. They are in a journey. While in a journey, they never collide with each other. What does philosophy say? It is another big arrangement. If it is an arrangement, there must be an intelligent power responsible for the arrangement. That intelligent power is what people call God. That's philosophy. What is philosophy? It is the finding of truth by reason alone. Question is, how do we know that there is a power? Reason. Reason tells. Now, as to when this journey of stars and planets begin, how the journey began, and how it will end, that cannot be known by reason. See? When the journey began and when the journey ends, nobody knows. Reason tells they are in a journey. But reason cannot tell when the journey ends, if ever it will end. When the journey began. That is another big arrangement. Thereby proving further that there must be a power. A power responsible for the unison, the unity, see, of the whole setup. All right. The question is, how do we know? How do we know that the name, what this power is called, the power that maintains unity of all the planets and the asteroids, it's no longer philosophy. It is theology. Theo means God. Theology means the study of God. Theology meaning revelation. The first cause revealed himself. He revealed first to a chosen people. And what are these chosen people? The Jews. The Jews. In fact, historian, in fact, of all nations, only one nation has forever believed that God is only one. There cannot be two gods. While the Greeks and the Romans believe in a multiple of gods and goddesses, the Hebrew nation always believes that God is only one. Cannot be two. Alright. Now, why do they know? It's no longer philosophy, it's theology. Because God revealed himself, revelation, to, I repeat, to what people? To the Hebrew people. God revealed himself through the prophets, the chosen people to whom God would reveal who he is and how he is. Yeah? Right. Who are the prophets? Many. We have Moses, we have Daniel, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Hosea, many. Now, the question now is, can it be? It means, is it possible that the asteroids, which are stones, they are rocks, may lose the path through which they have been and get outside of the unity? Possible? Possible. In fact, a big stone asteroid fell in the United States, in the state of Nevada. Big, it's a big stone. See? it lost its way. It did not collide with another asteroid. And years before, years immemorial, cannot be remembered, the biggest asteroid fell at Siberia. And you know how big it is? The diameter, because that asteroid fell and entered, found its way down the earth. And examination tells that the diameter of the hole is 6 miles diameter. It's a big asteroid. All right, Siberia. Okay. Any question before we proceed? Therefore, philosophy, which is the finding of truth by reason alone, is accompanied and should be accompanied by theology. See? What is theology? The revelation of the first cause to a chosen people. The chosen people are the Hebrews. Now, what facts are there about the Hebrew people? The facts, 1. The Hebrews from the beginning as a nation always believes that there is only one God. All other nations believe many gods and goddesses. Our forefathers, our Filipino forefathers, believed in many gods and goddesses. The chief of the gods they called Bathala. There was a god of rivers, god of forests, many gods. But the Hebrews know only one God. Why is that so? Because God revealed Himself to the chosen people. All right. And the chosen people, the Hebrews, was commissioned, so to say, to preach, to tell other nations that God is only one. Revelation can be found in the writings of the prophets. Isaiah, for example, one of the prophets, wrote that God would become man, would be born, in a place called Nazareth, written hundreds of years before Christ came. See? Fulfilled. History tells the truth. Christ was born in Nazareth. So, hundreds of years, Isaiah already wrote that God would become man, would be born in Nazareth. Another, the same prophet, Isaiah, wrote that God would become man, would be born 700 years after the release of the Jews from the kingdom of Persia. The whole Jewish nation was by force brought to Persia by the King Cyrus. That is history na. Cyrus brought the whole nation to Persia. And while they were in Persia, the prophets continued. Even if they were in Persia, prophets continued telling about the coming of God as a man. So, question. All right, philosophy na. Is the first cause, called finite or infinite?
Infinite.
O sige, dagan ka lang.
Infinite.
Ang problema, is the first cause finite or infinite?
Infinite.
Finite means it has limits, it has boundaries. Infinite meaning no boundaries. No boundaries. The Jews, being the chosen people, always believed that God, the first cause, is infinite. When we say infinite, no boundaries, no limits, therefore, this power is everywhere. This power is everywhere. It's here. Anyway, now, why philosophy? Why is that so? Why? Because if God were finite kaya doon na limitations. If it were finite, He could be here, but not there. He cannot be everywhere. So, He is limited. Finite, limited. If He is limited, then He is not all-powerful. So, if He is all-powerful, He is everywhere. All right. That's philosophy again. No. All right. Sunod. An objectionist, umusupak, no? To the existence of God, argues this way. If your God is merciful, but cannot be merciful, no, if your God is merciful, then there can be no war. There can be no dying of people if He is merciful. No. War happens now and then. Therefore, according to them, God is not all merciful. War happens now and then. Therefore, God is not all merciful. How do we answer? Philosophy na. Philosophy ka. How do we answer? The answer is the existence of wars, the existence of diseases, the existence of other maladies proves that God is all merciful.
Right.
The wars and all the other happenings proves that God is all merciful. How? Well, if God is all merciful, right. He uses these are all evils, all the utan, all evils. No, God permits evils to happen Because He is merciful. How? It is the evils, it is the utan that happens that makes people know and feel that there is a God. And many will be saved. Many will go to heaven because they will believe that God is all merciful. So in other words, the existence of evils proves that God is all merciful. It is the evil that is an instrument to making people believe that there is a God. Yeah.
Instrumen ini ya, ini.
Question.